at him. He was so small and little that we think that something will happen to him. So me and Emil got super overprotective over him.
Miles was just like any other infant who just got out of their mother's wombs. This is when the period of existence begins for the baby as an individual. Infancy ends quickly just as it started, ending at 2 weeks before entering babyhood. These 2 weeks, the infant would adjust living outside the mother and continue to live on as it pleased.
Personally, I actually feel proud seeing my little boy do these little things like his first crawls, his first words, and first steps. He was just so growing fast in my eyes.
Any parent would be so proud seeing their little one growing up. And this is the stage we called babyhood. And it's in the span of 2 weeks to 2 years old, in which the baby is very dependent on their parents, caregivers, and other people around them to protect them and take care of them. This is also the stage where the baby grows rapidly and starts taking its every first steps, like eating solid food, walking, and talking, and so much more.
Early childhood is defined as the period from 2 to 6 years old during which children have substantially developed their motor and sensory capabilities so that they could freely explore their environment. Sometimes they get a little too curious and misbehave, which is why this stage of development is also known as the troublesome age.
Before I started his first grade, it was easy for me to make him follow by just giving him a small prize. But now he's 10 years old, he gets distracted by his friends that he forgets to do the dishes.
From 6 years old to puberty. This is the stage where elementary schooling starts, the stage where children are categorized according to academic achievement, and they are primarily concerned with fitting into a certain group or gang. This stage where girls are slightly taller and experiencing having friends. The speech content consists of bragging about the cool gadgets they have and the hobbies they enjoy doing. They have greater control over movements and start to master many gross and fine motor skills that they need.
I remember when he was 12 years old. I wasn't even comfortable with myself, but it was just an adjusting stage. I even remember that he was trying to impress this girl that he had a crush on.
Puberty, one of the most uncomfortable stages of growing up. At this stage, young boys and girls don't know whether they are too young or too old to dress, to act, and even talk a certain way. Their bodies continue to change, as do their beliefs. Puberty is the time when adolescents reach sexual maturity and are able to reproduce. It begins around the age of 12 years old when the bodies of both genders begin to change and develop as a result of hormones. Girls and boys show signs of puberty in different ways. Girls' major landmark is their first menarche, while boys' major landmark is their first ejaculation, both of which can occur between the ages of 12 and 13 years old.
Miles and I go way back. Really way back. This dude always has my back when I got family problems such as misunderstandings and small things. He's just a guy that you want to grab a drink with and just talk about anything. And he's just a special guy to me.
Adolescence is the transition from childhood to adulthood. They are experiencing rapid physical, cognitive, and physiological development at this stage, and they're becoming more self-conscious of their feelings, self-esteem, and body image. Most teenagers begin to emotionally distance themselves from their parents and display a strong desire to be more welcomed by their peers.
So, hello, my name is Miles. I'm 23 years old. I somehow finished my physical therapy and I'm happy from where I am now. In terms of career, I'm still deciding if I want to continue my medicine, but with everything else, I'm fine.
Miles is currently at the stage of early adulthood, which is the stage of rapid personal development when individuals experience major life transitions like leaving home, finishing education, being employed, cohabitation, and parenthood. Changes in social, physical, and mental environments caused by these transitions may have an impact on the development of health-related behaviors.
Why did you choose physical therapy?
I chose physical therapist because of my grandma. So as I was growing up, I always saw her suffering from back pain, and I don't want myself nor other people, especially at that age, to suffer the way she did.
Why especially at that age?
So there are physical limitations that one may have for each stages of life, which we have studied in our human development studies. So hopefully, I still remember those correct terms. So physical therapists or PTs specializes in different regions of the body and age groups as different treatments are used for each. So geriatric PTs treat older adults while pediatric PTs focuses on rehabilitating children. The physical limitations that are specific to each age group can guide the therapist in identifying the possible mechanisms of injury and the appropriate treatment method. So my parents, for example, they always talk to me about back pain. They're like, Miles, can you massage my back? It's starting to hurt again. So I'm like, Dad, I'm not a masseuse. So as person grows, their bones deteriorate, they become less active. So that's where we PTs come in. We provide them with a solution for their ailments. So,
Since Miles works in a geriatric PT, most of his patients are part of the middle and late adulthood. They range from the ages of 40 to 60 for those in the middle adulthood stage, and late adulthood makes up the later portion until death. This is when most of their physical capabilities start to decrease due to the deterioration of the different body systems, so they aren't as active as they were in their early adulthood. With that said, they are now in the stage of reflecting back at all their achievements in their life, as they may now experience the midlife crisis. They are now concerned on how their children are growing up and creating a comfortable home for themselves, taxes, market prices, and the likelihood of their life.
Is it important to know how human development plays into your work?
Well, yes, of course. Understanding human development is important for healthcare professionals as it enables them to understand the physical, psychological, and social changes that occur throughout an individual's lifespan. This knowledge helps healthcare professionals anticipate and prevent healthcare issues, identify and address developmental delays, and recognize the impact of social and environmental factors on an individual's health and well-being, which leads to more personalized and effective care.
Overall, understanding human development is a crucial aspect of providing comprehensive and effective healthcare for individuals at all stages of life. Miles is just one example of how studying human development is valuable in the field of healthcare. If you were to pursue medicine, knowing the fundamentals of human development is necessary, but anyone should know how one develops in order to have an idea of what the rest of their lives will look like and be able to properly prepare for the future. Furthermore, may it help you view in the perspective of other people in other stages of life and become a more considerate individual.